All right, we are live and going. Okay, so, all right, everybody, we have this is Dearden2007. Big shout out to everyone that has supported me up to 1,000 subscribers. We are currently sitting at, let me get a confirmation of my subscribers. My channel is sitting at 1.04K subscribers. Big shout out to the 1.04 subscribers. We have a special guest in the backstage right now. Her name is Mel. So we have Mel in the backstage right now. We're going to bring her in. She offered to be a live guest, and we're going to do some questions and some reactions today. So everybody, here comes Mel now. Big shout out, big shout out. Let's see if we can. All right. So hello, Mel.
Hello.
All right. Let's see. All right, so we're going to start out with allowing you the opportunity to introduce yourself to all the viewers. Your first name, where you're from, and anything you want to share, like your platform, such as your TikTok or anything else. Just anything you want to tell about yourself. This is a good chance to get started.
Okay, well, my nickname is Mel. Everyone calls me that. That are my friends. My biological name is Melissa. I'm a mother of two, and I live in California.
California. Big CA. All right, so we'll start with... so the questions we're about to ask, these are the instructions I like to give to my guests. Please answer these questions honestly. There are no wrong answers, but your answers will help guide the conversation and allow for a deeper, more meaningful discussion about modern dating, relationships, social norms, and you may skip questions if you're uncomfortable. But the more detail you offer, the better off the video will be. So thanks for introducing yourself, Mel, and thanks for being here. Let's start with telling everybody how we got to know each other. I'll start with I am a very bold, hardcore, to the point. I don't coddle people's feelings. I am very blunt. In my lives, I stand up for men's mental health. So every topic that's in my lives is geared towards or related to ways that each topic does, in fact, affect men's mental health. Now, let's allow Mel a chance to describe what her first opinion of me was when she first came to live and how she feels about being in my TikTok lives and so forth now.
When we first met, I don't think I was in a lot of your lives. But when I started going to your lives, I was like, oh, he's attacking women. Once I got to know it wasn't all women, then I understood where you were coming from on that point.
Yeah, I typically don't put anybody in a monolith, not men, not women, but the purpose is calling out anybody for their bad choices and bad decisions. But since I am a man and I stand up for men's mental health, I typically only discuss patterns in dating that involve women because I'm not out here trying to date men, so I'm dating women, so I talk about women. I also talk about the struggles of men and boys. So let's start with the questions. Let's give Mel the main state. Well, that's me picking the right. Okay, that's a little close and personal. That's better.
Just a little. Just a
I
little.
like that. I like that better. People can see each of us better. My laptop camera isn't that. It's a little spotty, but that's okay. So, Mel, let's start with the first one.
Okay, let's go.
Do you think a guy should always pay on a first date?
No.
And is that your modern day response, or you think that's how you've always felt?
I think that's how I've always felt. I don't feel like men should have to pay for the first date. I think it should be split.
It's a good. I like it. I like it. Have you ever asked a guy out?
When I was in my teens, not as an adult.
Okay. A lot of women say that the guy that asks the one that asks the woman out is typically the one that should be the one paying. But a lot of women don't realize that most women don't even ask men out. So it's always going to be on the man. But with modern times, women still feel they want to be in traditional times while not being traditional. How many times have guys asked you out in comparison to you asking guys out?
Ooh,
it's my bedtime. My phone is telling me it's my bedtime. That stupid health app always tells me it's time to go to bed.
Mine goes off at 10:30 for here.
Same here. In what instances would you go 50-50 with a man and not be bothered about it at all?
Always.
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 That is a rare case.
I'm a rare woman.
A rare woman. She's a rare. All right. So, can white people experience racism?
Absolutely.
Okay. Are black people capable of being racist towards white people?
Yes, they are.
Based. Okay. Let's see. The next question is, in your opinion, what are the biggest double standards between men and women in dating today?
Ooh, money.
Money?
And personality and looks.
Okay. Would you like to go a little further, such as maybe dive deeper into the money and here, let me give you some examples. So you agree that men are expected, mostly by most women, to pay on the first date, right?
Correct.
And you agree that that is the definition of what we call an expectation, correct?
Correct.
So you agree that anytime a man expects anything on a first date, it's deemed as he's like, there's always some negative outlook on that if he expects anything.
Yes.
Okay, so I gave you a good example just now about a double standard, because a lot of women believe that double standards don't exist, or maybe they don't deny they exist. They simply deny any accountability on the woman's part, basically. All right, so I'm trying to reword something because I made it long. I'm trying to shorten it. Give me a second.
You're good.
While I'm doing that, I'm going to ask you a question, and feel free to be long-winded as possible.
I'll try.
Okay. Are men judged more harshly than women for being sexually active?
I honestly don't know the answer to that one. I mean, it could be.
Okay.
I feel that men get judged a lot for a lot of things. That they're expected to hold the whole weight of the world on their shoulders. Well, the woman doesn't have to carry any weight.
Okay. All right. So while we're waiting on that, how do you think women are treated differently if they have many partners versus men?
That's a good one. Because men can be judgmental towards women when it comes to a lot of sexual partners, because they don't want a woman that's laid down with a lot of men. If that makes sense.
You mean men judge women because they don't want a woman that lays down with a lot of men? Is that what you mean?
Correct. Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Did I tongue twist that?
Yeah, tongue twist, but that's okay. All right, so this is a long-winded scenario, but I'm going to give it to you in the best way possible. There seems to be a double standard in modern dating expectations. Many women still expect traditional men let me restart that sentence. Many women still expect traditional gestures from men. Opening doors, stepping up in dangerous situations, paying for the first date. And those expectations are often treated as normal. But let a man try to express expectations of their own, they're often told they're asking for too much. Take the first date example. Let's be generous and assume that the average date costs between $50 and $100. If a man earns $20 an hour, but if he earns $20 an hour, that means he's working anywhere from 2.5 to 5 hours just to fund that one evening. And that is assuming that he makes $20 an hour. Many men make less than $20 an hour. So within the expectation is that he should automatically pay. What's really being said is that he should trade several hours of his labor just for the opportunity to take someone out. Now imagine a man had a preference, and that preference was something symbolic, like simply wanting a woman to bow slightly as a sign of respect. It costs her nothing financially. It takes a few seconds, yet that would be labeled unreasonable or controlling. Meanwhile, asking a man to invest multiple hours of physical and mental labor to finance the date is treated as basic decency. So the real question becomes, why is one expectation considered harmless tradition while the other is seen as outrageous? If we're going to say well, that's the end of that question. Let me let you answer that. So the real question is, why is one expectation considered a harmless tradition, while the other is seen as outrageous?
Women are complicated. I don't know. I'm not like other women, so I couldn't give you a straight answer on that.
Yeah, basically, it's not really looking at you per se. It's you trying to put yourself in the shoes of most women in society. Does that make sense?
Okay, so most women in society are just want everything handed to them on a silver platter.
Right. If we're going to say relationships should be equal, shouldn't the standards and sacrifices be examined on both sides?
Yes, absolutely.
Based. Like it. Okay. Are there behaviors men do in dating that are socially acceptable but criticized in women?
I don't know. Have to give me some examples.
Men do in dating that are socially acceptable but criticized. Okay. One is a man can sleep with multiple women, and women prefer that man over a man that's never had sex with a woman. Women are criticized for having multiple bodies because it's like not only is it a psychological thing, because Psychology Today and PubMed mentioned that women prefer men that have multiple women, prefer men that are partnered, prefer men that are married. These are men that have experience. When it comes to men, though, men don't prefer women that have partners or in relationships. So that's one example. Can you think of any others?
I know from a women,
like taking their shirts off. Men can do that. Women, hey, I've said this.
Women can take off shirts too.
I've said this forever. You can do it, but you're not going to be free from the
hairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nipple, but at the same time, we already have an epidemic of women claiming men are being assaulters just by looking at them. Don't you agree that if women start not wearing their clothes, it's going to get worse?
You just see the clothes they make for women today.
I just think women need to keep their clothes on.
I can agree with that.
What about behaviors women do that are socially accepted but criticized in men? So, for instance, things that women can do that men can't.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we can have kids, but it takes two to tango. So, I mean, we can't get there by ourselves unless we go to a sperm bank.
All right. In modern dating terms, how do you define cheating in the modern dating scene?
Cheating is when you're talking to somebody else or flirting with somebody else. It doesn't necessarily mean being sexual towards that person.
Right. My response to what you just said, to add a little context, I think what she means, or what I'm going to add to it, is that cheating comes in many forms, people. Cheating isn't just touching. It isn't just kissing. It isn't just sex. When a man cheats, it's wrong. It's not something that we should reward. But when a woman cheats, it's just as bad as premeditated murder. And the reason I say that is because that woman planned it. She prepped it. She grew feelings for that man. Mel, do you think most women, we'll take you out of it, do you think any or most women can have sex with a man that she does not have any feelings for?
Yes.
You think they can?
Yeah.
Without growing any emotional attachment, you think they can do it?
Yes. If they want to seek revenge and that's their way of getting revenge, yes, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, there's no wrong answer, but I don't believe that. I don't believe a woman can. I mean, I respect your opinion.
It depends on the person. It's not typical, but it can happen.
Do you think there's more of a majority that can't have sex with men if they don't have feelings with them, or a majority of women that can with, or sorry, you know what I mean?
You just confused me.
A woman, do you think more women could have sex with a man she's not having any feelings for, or more women that must have feelings for a man to have sex with them? Does that make sense?
I would have to agree with women having feelings with that man, having more sex.
That's my point. Yeah, the majority is most women would have to grow some form of attachment with that man.
Correct.
Okay. Good talk. Good talk. Do you think men or women cheat more?
I don't know.
Good one. Good one.
I would have to say women.
Okay. Do you have, what would your guess be why cheating is more prevalent in women?
Because some women don't get attached with feelings and they just sleep around with anybody.
Okay. Just try. My response is, now this is just my based opinion without looking at stats, is I believe women cheat far more. In my opinion, my reason for believing that is because sex comes easier for women. Most women don't have to try to have sex. If they wanted to have sex, they could.
Correct.
All they would have to do is simply open their phone, respond to their messages. Who is this handsome devil named? It's blurry. But anyways, all they would have to do is answer their DMs and just respond to the man that they're seeking attention from them. Men, on the other hand, they literally have to take them out, buy them drinks, spend months talking. It's not like, hey, let's have sex, let's do it. That's not how women operate, not in modern times. As much as they say women are 304s and they'll have sex with anything, if that was true, I wouldn't feel like a regenerated virgin again. That's not the way women work. It's not the way women work. They literally, and I'm proud.
Not all.
Yeah, I'm literally proud to say that I've never had sex with a woman I wasn't in a relationship with. But not saying if the opportunity came knocking, I wouldn't give it a shot. Just saying. 3 years, but that's neither here nor there. But anyways, I know, I'll survive.
If I could survive, you can survive.
I know. But that's my belief. I believe that women have more access than men.
Yes.
Like dating sites, social media, in public, and then the all-time favorite quote that I love coming up with is, if I were to stand up at a bar, on top of a bar, yelling out, hey, who wants to have sex tonight? There isn't a woman alive in that bar that's going to take me up on that offer. But if a woman stood on that bar and offered herself to men, there'd be takers lined up around the block, and you'd probably be creeped out. The woman that did it would probably be creeped out, but she would have offers, he wouldn't. Now, I'm just giving that as a funny analogy, but the point is access is why women cheat more. On top of that, I have listened to literally thousands of hours of Tom Likas episodes of women openly admitting to covering for their married female friend on girls' trips. These are married women. And let's take marriage off the table, which I typically don't like to do that because, I'm a Christian, but marriage is a covenant. And when a man vows to only sleep with you, the woman in the relationship, and he can't get it anywhere else, and he shouldn't want to, but that all falls upon the covenant of the marriage. And I actually have a quote. I'm not going to go through like I do in my debates. I'm just going to give the quote, and I'll post it. Let me show it on the screen to people. This is something we should show. Let's see. Okay. Let's bring up marriage. Sorry, Mel, keeping you hanging here. All right. Marriage. I have my notes. Sex and marriage argument. Okay, so let's show the... I wish I could do this on TikTok. This is how cool this is. You could show your window. Let me find the verse of scripture of the Bible in my notes. But I can tell you the verse while I'm finding it. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3 through 5. It is right here. There it is. Took me a minute. Sorry, everybody. Okay, now let's show the window. Present. Share screen. Window, and the window is labeled sex and marriage. Okay. Allow. All right. Can you see it?
Oh my gosh, that's so small. I don't have my glasses on to read that.
Let's see if we can make it. There should be a way to zoom. I don't know. But I know how I can do it. Let's see. Go back to the window. I'll try to zoom in on the screen. Let me know if you can see it better now.
Okay, yeah, now I can see it.
Okay, so here it is. It says the husband. Now, the reason I bring this up is because, like I said, when a man vows to be with his wife, he vows to forsake all other women, which is the vow he took. And according to scripture, it says the husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise the wife to her husband. Do not deprive one another except by mutual consent. Notice the verse explicitly affirms mutual responsibility and accountability to the spouse of each other. Sorry, to both spouses. But it also does not allow one partner to withhold intimacy indefinitely, because sex is part of how God designed spouses to bond and maintain marital unity. It's not about coercion. It's about fulfilling God's gift of emotional and spiritual union. Marriage isn't just companionship. It's a covenant designed by God to be expressed. I'll zoom in here so people can see it clearly. To be expressed physically and emotionally. Now that's the marital biblical scripture. But men need, let me find my notes, and I argue the marital and the biological. Now that mentioned it underneath the notes, but I asked a question. You probably saw it. Let me zoom past that. Speeding. Okay, importance of sex for men. Okay, so now this is the biological argument. Okay, I'll be as quick as possible, and we'll get back to the debate or the, you know what I mean. Yeah. ask a lot of questions. So we have conversations about stuff. All right, so here it is. So why is sex... Now, a lot of people in my debates, you've been there, Mel, you hear them arguing that a man should be expecting anything. If she doesn't want to have sex with him, she doesn't have to. And I often argue, well, that's interesting, because what if he decided to cut you off financially just because he feels like it? It's the exact same equivocal argument. But what a lot of women don't understand, that marriage is a vow that's, as the Bible says, to be expressed emotionally and physically. Now, this comes from Muse A. Shimmick. I'm not going to read that. It's weird names. But anyways, wait, no. I have a short... Yeah, never mind. That's it. Sorry. We'll do the clips. We can shorten this. All right, so according to this, sexual frequency predicts greater well-being, but more is not always better. Social psychology found that sexual frequency is positively associated with a relationship. I don't think this is what I was reading. I think I had notes. Okay, here it is. Sorry. So I asked it, I said, reasons why sex in a marriage and relationship are important to men. And it came back and said, sex in a marriage or committed relationship can carry deep emotional, psychological, and physical significance for men. Here's a detailed breakdown. Emotional connection. Affirmation of intimacy. For many men, sex is a primary way to feel close, loved, connected to their partner. It can reinforce emotional bonding and trust. Let's go through each one of these and get your opinion. So let's start with that one. What's your thoughts? Let me get you back on the screen. So what's your thoughts on that? The quote is... Let me read it again. It says, the first reason is emotional connection, and the first bullet point is affirmation of intimacy. For many men, sex is a primary way to feel close, loved, connected to their partner. It can reinforce emotional bonding and trust. Aside from the obvious of why sex is important, and I know you've heard women in my lives arguing that, a man shouldn't expect sex, and sex isn't all marriage is built on, but you would have to agree that sex is not optional for men, because that's how they bond. So on the first bullet point of affirmation of intimacy, what's your thoughts?
I think it's very important to be sexually active with your significant other.
Right. So
they need to feel loved. If they don't feel the love, then they go into a depressive state.
Yeah, and that a lot of people don't comprehend that oxytocin is released during sex. So
that is very true.
And men can feel rejected in their relationship by their partner. And nobody's arguing. That's the thing that a lot of these women in my lives don't comprehend. Nobody's claiming that a woman is not allowed to reject her partner. Nobody's saying that. It's okay to do it once in a while just because you're tired and don't feel like it. But that's not what we're arguing here. We're arguing against the fact that most marriages are sexless. A high percentage of them are sexless. And not because the men don't want to have sex, it's because the women don't. And again, no woman should be forced to do it. But if you don't want to have sex with your partner, the problem isn't them. The problem is you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So let's look at the second bullet point now. The second bullet point says, feeling desired, being sexually wanted can validate a man's attractiveness and desirability. which contributes to his sense of emotional security in the relationship. What's your thoughts on that?
I agree with it.
Okay. Simple. Like it.
I'm very simple. Sorry.
Okay. So let's get. Oh, shoot. I closed the dang window. I had it all pulled up. Okay. Chat. GTT. Important marriage.
Cell phone holder.
Oh, this ain't my. Oh, you need a cell phone holder. Yeah.
Yeah, my hands get tired.
If you need a break, that's fine. Or maybe lean it up against something. That's fine.
Oh, well.
Important
of
sex and marriage.
To lean it.
Oh, I feel you on that. Where were we? Had to scroll up. There we are. Okay. Okay, so close this. Bring it back to the short window. Okay, so present, share screen, switch hands, huh?
Switch positions too.
Okay, that's okay. I'll try to make this quick. Okay, so the next one is physical pleasure and stress relief. Release of tension. Sex triggers endorphins, oxytocin, as I mentioned earlier, and reduce stress and improve mood. So physical satisfaction, pleasure is essential human need, and fulfilling it maintains personal happiness and well-being. Now, aside from that argument, aside from the obvious that that's what men need, what do you think as a woman, and that listens to all these young women demonizing men who discuss, like myself, who discuss that in marriage and in most relationships, sex is not optional. Now, the question is, to start with, is why do you think they have such a negative outlook on men desiring the one basic need that God put in them, which is to go forth and multiply?
Women get in each other's heads about men.
It's like you would admit that is a man's biological need. Like that's what he is.
Yeah, no, and I think it's good for women too because it's not just one-sided. You're releasing endorphins and you're releasing stress, but that also works for a woman's perspective too. It just releases stress on their end. So it's both sexes. It's not just one sex.
Right. Okay. Let's look at the next. All right. So, but what would you say to most women who make it out to be that it's a bad thing that a man is envious and desirous of the one basic need that they like? That's like the main way they show their partner love. That's how they express it, basically.
Then I think they should go take a sex class and get educated.
Get a helmet, basically. All right. Confidence and self-esteem. Sense of masculinity. Sexual activity often reinforces a man's identity and sense of masculinity. A lack of sex may sometimes cause feelings of inadequacy or rejection. Validation. Regular intimacy can serve as reassurance that he is valued and appreciated by his partner. You would agree that most women want to be valued in a relationship, correct?
Correct.
And they want to be appreciated, correct?
Correct.
And as a woman, what do you think most women, and you can use yours if you want, but maybe consider what you think most women expect from their men in order to feel appreciated?
You guys have to work as a team in a relationship. It's not just one-sided.
Yeah. Teamwork.
It's very important. So is communication.
Yeah, communication. So can you give examples of a time where you were down and a thing that your man might have done to bring you back up, where he made you feel better in a time where you didn't feel appreciated, and he brought you the appreciation that you needed at that time? And you
When
don't
I'm
have
going through a hard day and I text my man and he knows, he always reassures me that everything's going to work out and everything's going to be okay, and that he's always there to support me in whatever decision I make.
It's a good story. Good story. Good story. Like
Well, he's not always here, so it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more complex.
Well, you guys, you know, it's good. It's always good to see a relationship working out. You know, that's a W. How did that football player do it? That's a W. That's a W.
I'm not left-handed, so I can do it with my right hand better.
There you go. Okay, so the next point is what is going on with this thing? Relationship. Are you still seeing the bullet point or no?
No, I don't see the bullet point. Oh, now I do.
There we go. Okay. Why is this thing so small? What happened?
You touched it.
I killed it. What is this thing? I need to make it bigger. Oh, it's the wrong bullet point. No. There we go. I don't understand that it's smaller. Oh, there it is. Maximize. I don't know what's going on, but can you see it just fine? Can you read it?
To an extent, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't see a whole lot of stuff.
So number 4 is relationship, bonding, and exclusivity. And this is a big one. Don't women prefer that she is his exclusive partner? Don't you agree that in a relationship that most women want a man to treat her as an exclusive partner?
Yes, I would have to agree with that.
I remove all this extra stuff. I don't need all these. I gotta figure out why this is. Wow. There we go. That helps. Okay. Okay. Anyways, bonding and exclusivity. Sex promotes closeness and exclusivity, strengthening the sense of partnership or commitment. It reduces temptation. While not universal, sexual satisfaction within a relationship can reduce risk of seeking intimacy elsewhere. In the Bible, it mentions that sex should be frequent because it keeps Satan away and reduces the risk of Satan tempting you and your partner from marital responsibility. So that is vital. Okay, so the next is communication without words. Nonverbal connection. Sex allows men to express love, care, and affection in ways that words alone often cannot. Conflict resolution. Physical intimacy can act as a reset button during tension, helping both partners reconnect. And last but most importantly, health benefits. Physical health. Regular sexual activity has been linked to improved heart health, hormone balance, and better sleep. Mental health. Sex can improve mood, reduce anxiety, and foster a sense of well-being. In short, for many men, sex is not just physical. It's deeply intertwined with emotional connection, validation, confidence, and relationship security. While every individual is different, neglecting this aspect in a relationship can lead to frustration, disconnection, and emotional distance, up to including divorce. That's why sex is important. And I don't think that most young women or the women that join my live, mostly feminist, look at this in a way of a basic biology or basic psychological way that men need intimacy, physical touch, emotional connection. Women care more about emotional than men, and men care more about the physical than the emotional. That's my belief. It could be a little off, but that's my belief. All right, so back to the questions. I just wanted to share that because I thought it was interesting. That's what I talk about in my life all the damn time. Okay, this one, the next question is, if someone cheats, do you think society tends to blame men more or women more, or is it equal?
Oh, it's definitely not equal. Definitely not equal. As much as I would like it to be equal, it's not.
Who do you think they shame more?
Men.
Definitely. They don't hold women accountable when they do it, do they?
No, they do not. And there are a lot of women out there that brag about it, and they're not ashamed at all.
Yes, ma'am. How does social media influence infidelity? Do you think they shame it, reward it, sweep it under the rug? What do you think it is?
I think they just sweep it under the rug. And they, especially when it comes to women cheating.
Yeah.
Men get the harsh reality more than women get the harsh reality.
I can see that. Do you think men are often blamed unfairly for emotional or physical infidelity?
Maybe physical infidelity.
Okay. Do you think both too? She's thinking. All right, so this one is probably a topic you don't relate to, but I'm sure you hear about it all the time. It is OnlyFans, sex work, and social media. Mm-hmm. How do you view platforms like OnlyFans in the context of dating and relationships?
Well, it doesn't really apply to me.
Right, but do you think that OnlyFans is good for society or bad for society?
In my honest opinion, I think it's the catch-22. I mean, it depends how you look at it.
Okay, well, I'll tell you my...
And my preference, I would say it's not good for society.
I like that. I'll tell you mine. I believe OnlyFans is just as bad as social media is. It's just as bad as Instagram. I believe that simps of the world need to stop supporting these 304s because Subway will always be hiring. A lot of women are out here demonizing men while at the same time bragging about not needing men. And if that was the case, they wouldn't be collecting a paycheck from the simps of the world. So simps, stop paying for OnlyFans because Subway will always be hiring. The great Kevin Samuels. I quoted the great Kevin Samuels. Subway will always be hiring. All right. Do you think there is a double standard in society's judgment of men versus women participating in sex work or adult content?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. How does social media influence sexual expectations in dating?
I gotta think about that one. I mean, there's a lot of different ways. I mean, it can be a post about something that you're reading, a video, different things.
Right. My mouse. Stop being a jerk, mouse. There it goes.
Why are you abusing the mouse?
Because it's not working. I don't have a good surface for it. But anyways.
To get a pad. You know,
you're a bad mouse. You're a bad mouse. Bad mouse. I know. I got to get one. I have one. I just forgot to grab it. Have you ever personally witnessed or experienced pressure from dating culture due to social media or online personas?
Me personally experienced? No.
Okay. Based. That's based. That's a W. Should people be honest about their social media or OnlyFans use in dating? Pretty much, should men or women be honest about their use of social media and OnlyFans while in dating? Why or why not?
I think that it should be brought up. I don't think it should be held in secret. Everything should be communicated, whether it's a woman or a man.
Agreed.
That starts arguments.
But you would agree that most women who keep it a secret and most men that keep it a secret means they know that it's not appropriate. And if it was appropriate, they would gladly share it. But since they're keeping it private, that's evidence that there's something wrong with it and they know it.
I can agree with you on that.
Okay. Now the next one is dating politics and expectations. Who should, we already did that. Who should pay for dates? We already did that. How do unspoken expectations in dating create conflict? Create and give examples.
Well, without communication, you can't really go on a date, so.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Number one cause of divorces nowadays are unspoken expectations, and that relates to hiding things from your partner, hiding your cell phone, wanting certain things and not sharing it. So all these things can, in fact, create conflict. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
Okay. Are men expected to always initiate in general?
Yes. Yes.
Are women expect to always wait? Always expected to wait?
No, I don't think so.
As in, don't you agree that typically, in order for a woman to be picked, she typically just has to exist? She doesn't typically have to work for it?
Yeah.
What role do modern feminist ideas play in dating dynamics today? That's a good one.
That is a good one. Oh, I gotta stretch.
She's like, I gotta stretch. My arm is getting tired. I know, this is...
Oh no, my leg is getting tired from sitting.
Yeah. What? There we go. Let's see. So, look, what do you think? Well, I'm looking up the answer to that one. That's a good one. What do you think?
Answer, because I don't know what to think.
So it says that's a layered question, and to be honest, both positive and negative depending on how the ideas are interpreted and applied. Modern feminism isn't one single belief system. It ranges from equality-focused advocacy to more adversarial or ideological extremes. So the influence on dating varies. The first one, this is the positive impacts on dating, which I don't think there is any, but greater autonomy and choice. I hate that word, autonomy. It's so stupid. Greater autonomy and choice. Movements influenced by modern feminism, especially post-1960s, second wave feminists expanded women's economic independence, which with more women in workplace and higher education, dating is less about survival and more about preference. That can be, well, I don't give a damn about the positives because feminism sucks. But let me respond to what that just said. Basically, women in the workplace is the number one reason why most men don't make as much money as they used to. A man used to be able to buy a house, buy a car, take care of his family on one income, and everything was good. When all women joined the workforce, it lowered the amount of money the employer could spread evenly amongst its employees. So it doubled the workforce and lowered the amount they were able to afford to pay their employees. So if women, and you would agree women do want a man with more money, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
So should we remove women from the workforce? Would you be for that or against that?
I would be for it.
I was waiting for you to say, no, I want to
be able to work and make all the moolah and work my ass off, and well, he gets to stay home and raise the kids. Because I know there's some guys out there that do that.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So here's the negatives. This is what I wanted. I didn't give a damn about the positives. Feminism ain't positive at all. That's my argument. The negatives are role confusion. One of the biggest friction points today is mixed messaging. For example, women say we're equal to men, but men should still pay. That makes no sense. Traditional masculinity is harmful, but men should still protect and provide. That makes no sense. When equality is emphasized selectively, it can create resentment. Hyper-independence narratives. Certain strands of modern online feminists promote "I don't need a man" messaging, while independence itself is harmful. Framing relationships as optional or adversarial can reduce cooperative partnership dynamics. Heightened expectations of both sides. Social media amplifies standards, financial, emotional, physical. Men feel pressure to earn more. Women feel pressure to be more selective. Apps intensify this dynamic. The core issue isn't feminism. I call bullshit, but whatever. It's inconsistency. The dating tension today often isn't caused by feminism, I call bullshit. But by incomplete role renegotiation. And it goes on and on and on, but yeah. A balanced take. Modern feminist ideas have helped women gain safety, autonomy, and opportunity, which I call bullshit because men have always kept women safe. Women have never been unsafe. Simultaneously disrupted old dating scripts without fully replacing them. So men are, I don't know. It's just bullshit. It's all bullshit, Mel. It's all bullshit.
Yep.
How do you feel about men being legally obligated to do things like sign up for the Selective Service draft when women are not forced to, yet they still have the right to vote?
I think women should be put in the draft, especially now. That's
Well,
me.
I have a take. I don't think women should. I don't feel like women should be forced to sign up for the Selective Service. I just think we need to repeal the 19th. If women don't carry the responsibility of voting, signing up for Selective Service the way men are forced to, I don't think they should have the same right to vote. They have all the same rights as men with none of the responsibility and accountability that men have. That's my take. So, next, do you think men are more or less vulnerable in societal pressure than women today?
Ooh, I don't know.
Do you think men are more or less vulnerable to societal pressures than women are today?
I would say more vulnerable nowadays than before.
In a way, I can concede to that in a way because we are under a lot of pressure, like survival of the fittest, and we're trying to survive. And every man out here, just like a woman, wants to be loved, wants to be admired, wants to be adored, but we have all this pressure to. Like basically women don't want relationships or sex or intimacy or children or families the way they used to. And that's just the thing, is like we go back to basic biology. That's the way God created men. That's what we're supposed to do, is to create families. And like we're on a population decline. We're at 1.6, and that number is lowering. The rates that were quoted said that we need to be at 2.1 in order to replace our population, which means that women need to have 2 children per household in order to replace their parents. For instance, your mother and father are going to die soon, correct? Or maybe they have?
No, my parents are alive still.
Right. So in order to replace your parents, you would have to have 2 children in every home.
2 children.
Right. So you did your part. But you would
can't
agree
speak for my sister or brother, but yeah.
you would agree that most women are not having 2 babies. Most women are aborting the majority of their babies.
Yes, they are.
Are women held accountable for their bad choices, bad decisions, and bad behavior in dating as much as men?
Nope.
No, they're really not.
They're not. They don't.
Really not.
They don't think that they did anything wrong, and that's what they keep going on with life with.
Okay, I think we have met the standard. There are some other questions, but they're kind of boring. I have some videos that I want to react to, and that would be the end of that. So let's share screen. We'll do one at a time. We'll watch it, and then I would love to get your full reaction to all these. So that's not the one. Okay, so let's start with this one. All right, let me know if you can hear it. I'll play a little. Did you hear it?
No. It's very low.
Oh, I remember this happening. Gotta remember what the trick is. Volume's up. Oh, thinking now. How about now?
Yes.
Okay, let's start it over. All right, here we go.
White people experience racism. No, by definition. If someone came up to me and said, I hate white people, I hate you because you're white, did I just experience racism from that? No. It's wrong. It's wrong, but it's not racist. In my opinion. But if I said those exact same words and twisted the skin color, it would be racist. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. I guess this is what is being taught. You guys in college? Yeah. Yeah. This video.
Okay, let's start with the basic fact of not being consistent with our arguments. If it's wrong one way, it must be wrong the opposite.
Correct.
Now, before we get your reaction to anybody who claims what their argument on what racism is, I have another video pulled up and the definition. We will start with the definition. Let's just pull up the whole screen because I have the videos ready. So that's not it. Let me find it. Are you seeing all the windows and everything?
Yeah.
I know I have the definition somewhere. That's not it. Here, I'll just get the definition. All right. Well, I had it. I don't know where it went, but I had it up. So here's the definition. Definition is, now that we have that, I can replace the screen, remove, stop screen, pull up that window. Of course it wants to be difficult. You turd moggler. Not you, Mel. I promise. Not you. It's not working. Back. Share screen. What in the world? Technical difficulties. You're embarrassing me in front of my fans. This is not good. It's not working out. We have viewers, and this is messing with me, y'all. Just bear with me, y'all. I'm trying to figure this out. Slides, video file, image file, share screen.
While you're figuring that out, I'm gonna go take a potty break.
Your browser has blocked your screen. The screen icon shows a box to allow access to reload. You're gonna go take a break? That's fine. This might take me a minute. Everybody bear with me. Technical difficulties. I'm sorry. There's some. Let's go back. The browser has blocked your screen. Click the screen icon in your address bar to allow access. Click the screen icon. What is it talking about? Allowed, allowed, allowed. Your browser has blocked your screen. Click the screen icon. Is that it? Where's the screen? Blocked. Cross-site tracking content. Protected dashboard. I never had this problem before. I wonder what would happen. I need to search what would happen if I refresh my screen during the stream. Would that end the stream? Would it just refresh it? If I'm streaming and I need to refresh the browser, would me hitting F5 refresh browser end my live stream on StreamYard or just refresh? Want to make sure before I refresh it. If you hit F5 refresh while live on StreamYard, it will refresh your browser tab, but it will not automatically end your live stream. However, there's some important details. If you hit F5, your browser reloads. You're temporarily disconnected from StreamYard. The live broadcast continues running on StreamYard servers. Your guests, if any, will still be live. Viewers will see the stream. Your refresh disappears. All right, let's try it, guys. Bear with me. You there, Neil?
Yep.
Okay, so it took me a minute. I had to refresh the screen, technical difficulties and stuff. All right, so let's react to this one.
Or you're pushing a damaging political ideology on a just exposed racism in the school. Despite the more intense science, schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education. There are political signs all over RHS about specific races that matter, specific sexual orientations that matter. But when I questioned the RHS administration about how those signs were political, they told me that they were supporting human rights. So when I questioned why the equity statement couldn't represent all students, they told me that to even ask that question was outlandish and offensive. They told me, quote, whites have a pretty good situation right now. So is that not racism? Disregarding my question merely from the color of my skin. To be honest, after enduring a year of the people in charge telling me that I'm a racist and a privilege, I've never noticed race more. Now, members of the board, I want you to take a good look at yourselves in the mirror tonight and ask, are you really standing up for the equality of all people, or are you just pushing a damaging political ideology on our students? This student just exposed.
All right, so let's get that off the screen and let's get your opinion. What do you think of that?
There's a lot of racism out in the world.
Definitely a lot of racism.
A lot.
So, isn't it pretty effed up that this child in school is being told that because he's white, he's privileged and he's racist? I mean, that's damaging. That can, in fact, affect his mental health. That can affect his growth. Now, he's strong-willed enough to know that he ain't gonna take no F's, you know. It's like, I will eat a bowl of water with a fork before I give a shit about your opinion of me. I bet you that's what he's thinking. And this is protected by fuck around and find out security system. So I'm sure he's tough enough to mull through it, but you can imagine that at that age, he shouldn't be exposed to something like that. He really shouldn't. Imagine your child going through that. That would piss some male off. That would piss some male off like a mug. You don't mess with Mel's kid. You don't do it.
My kid doesn't look. My youngest looks nothing like me. He's very light complected.
You don't mess with Mel's child. You don't do
No, don't bring out the mama bear in me.
That's right. That's right. Oh God, it's doing it again. Don't be suspicious. What is F5? Joshua left the building to refresh.
Again, left me on hanging, just looking at the camera.
She's like, well, y'all, I am now the host of this channel. Oh, there's Dearden. What in the world? I'm telling you, I'm having some technical difficulties. Bear with me. What is this? It says touch this button, and button is being pressed. Let's try this. What did I do? It says click the screen icon in your address bar and reload the page. Okay. What? Click it. How many times do I click it? I just want to do one more reaction. One more. Work with me. It's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work. It's going to be difficult. Let's see. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Well, I think for now that we have hit maybe it's overloaded with the fact that I think that I have a basic account that I'm past the hour. Maybe it's limiting what I can do. I have to pay for more. I have to pay the thing, but let's see if I can't. I refreshed it earlier and was able to get it going. I don't need that one. Let's try that. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Netted sharing windows with this site. Menu list. Block. Where's the block? Let me see if there's a block here. Search bookmarks, full screen, new window, screenshot, developer, new private, forgot, settings, sync, home. It's probably settings. Yeah, I don't see block. Let's check settings. Add the toolbar. Nope. What the hell? All right, I'm going to try it one more time, and then if not, we'll just finish. Technical difficulties. Sorry, y'all. I'm still learning, trying to fix this stuff.
And you're doing it with me.
I
Learning
know.
with me.
Learning with mail. And the wheels on the bus go round and round. We need Thai. I was over here not even paying attention, and while she was singing, I was doing the little beat. Well, it looks like we ain't sharing anymore. We ain't doing any more reactions tonight. But basically, long story short, this girl said that racism only occurs when the minority is racist towards a minority. That is clearly evidentiary false. She's like, look it up. She goes, look it up. That's what it says. That's what it says.
Oh my goodness.
And that is not what it says. I'm reading it right now. It literally says, racism is prejudice. Oh, wow. Wow. And now, after an hour of clicking that button, oh, I think I know why. Because I didn't bring the window to the front. So I have to open it. Okay. So here it is. So finally, good God. All the buttons I pushed. Okay, here, I've got it pulled up and ready to show where they start talking about racism. I want you to pay attention to what she says right here. Okay?
Okay.
See that girl? Listen to what they all say some stupid shit, but listen to her.
Yeah, you gotta turn it up because it's really low.
Now?
And I barely can hear it.
Wow, it's like hurting my ears. That's how loud it is. Maybe if I mute my mic.
I can't hear anything. Nope. I see their lips moving. I don't hear anything.
Okay, hold on.
I think that colors to anybody, but racism is like.
There we go.
In America.
Oh, you hear it?
Yeah, now I can hear it.
Let me reset it.
You're talking about. Hold on.
Here it goes.
Esther. So the quote, the statement is, women are just as physically strong
No.
as women are just.
Yep, I got like an 8 pack under this.
A little closer to agree. Is it Valerie?
Person of color because and to anybody,
Okay, what do you think?
I think that because it's
For, I guess, starting with you, Esther. People of color can't be is it Valerie?
There it goes.
Valerie?
You can hear it now?
Color can't be racist towards
Yeah.
black people.
It's not very loud, but I can hear it.
People of color can't be racist towards white people. Why is that? For, I guess, starting with you, Esther.
well because it's not possible to be racist towards
Bullshit.
people that isn't a minority. It's definition.
Okay.
I think that colors to anybody, but racism is like systemic in America, and you can't be racist to a white person if you're a person of color because you can't, like, you're not changing the society they live in that oppresses them in certain ways.
These people are so.
The white people are racist in the first place.
No.
I used to say, if I hear AI,
Ignore. I can't. The ads are gonna happen because I owe YouTube subscription, so the ads are gonna show up. I'm broke. They actually believe the shit coming out of their mouths.
Yeah, they probably created racism. Yeah, white people.
So all white people disappear, black people not being on
For sure, yeah. I think any race can be racist towards another race, but
Let's say white people never existed. Because your position is white people created racism. Assuming in this hypothetical there never any white people ever, do you think like Asian people would be racist towards black people?
for sure. But I think it's I feel like actually Asian people probably would be racist too. Asian people definitely would be racist to black people. They're like, you can't think my daughter is black.
Black people be racist towards Asian people?
Can black people be racist towards Asians? For sure, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they go on and on and on, but I want to get to the part where the girl quotes about the definition.
Wait, real quick. What about all primarily targeting Asian people? Like,
And be racist towards
to evidence, there's probably,
I feel like it literally racism.
Here it is.
The majority to the minority. So white people in the United States of America cannot be racist. I mean, white people are racist. Are the racist? That's like systemic racism. Yeah, exactly. I don't think racism is like.
Hold on.
I mean, white people are majority to the minority. So white people in the United States of America cannot be racist. I mean, white people are racist. Are the racist? That's like systemic racism. Yeah, exactly. I don't think racism is like. If you go to Africa and there's a white person and the majority is black people, you are racist towards that white person. If you go to Asia and there's a black person,
Oh my God.
Wow.
you are racist. That's definition by definition. What majority is racist in that area.
I think the racist that you just look at are targeting them and then being mean to them because of the race. I think that's when we use the word racism because it's like
She said it's like majority versus minority, but we use that word in place of colorism because people are subtle.
Okay, well, I had to hear this because the fact that they actually believe this shit, the fact that they actually believe that it's only those of the majority that can be racist, that is not the definition of racism. Racism, and I will pull it up if it lets me, and I think I shared it already, but let's see if I can share it. Hey, it's working. Okay. Again, Nowhere on this definition does it say the majority to the minority, but it says prejudice, discrimination, antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. Typically, one that is a minority or marginalized. That doesn't mean always. So, further in, it says, the belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities, especially so as to distinguish them as inferior or superior to one another. Now, her claim, specifically her claim and that other girl's claim, are that black people cannot be racist because they're in the minority. I call bullshit. Because basically the definition of racism is judging someone based solely on their skin color. Period. You can't argue it. And nowhere does it say that the majority is the only ones that could be racist. Nowhere. So, I kind of think that we got through all the notes that we had, some questions. I think I had more, but I know your arm is probably falling asleep right now, holding that phone. So I want to say thanks, Nell, for being a part of the live. We will do another one. Mid by then, you'll have a nice little phone mount hooked up, be good to go. And if you have any thoughts on future lives, future debates where we can discuss, but what's your thoughts on that girl's, oh yeah, I forgot to give you a reaction. What's your thought on what she said about white people can't be, or black people can't be racist to white people, and only the majority can be racist?
I think she's on some good drugs.
But you agree that happens in my debate all the time, that they believe that just because they're black, they can't be racist. And I don't know...
Can be racist.
I don't know where they come up with this bullshit. Like, everybody has the potential. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Puerto Rican, Lithuanian, whatever. Someone from Mars, you have the ability to be racist. It doesn't mean everybody is racist. It just means that nobody is exempt from being racist. And if you are if you are judging someone based solely on their skin color, that's the definition of racism. Period.
Then my suggestion to those people is, what color do you bleed?
That's right. Blood is blue before it hits the air. I want y'all to know that. It really is. Let me check. I think that's right. Is blood blue before...
Yeah, it's something to do with the oxygen. It hits oxygen.
No, I was wrong. Sorry. I was dumb. I was off. Someone filled my head with nonsense before, so I was wrong. Hey, at least I fact checked.
At least you admitted you were wrong.
I was wrong. No, blood is never blue, even before it hits oxygen. What color is blood really? Oxygen-rich blood, RO, is bright red, dark red. I'm confused though. Why is it when they show the skeletal thing and the nerves and stuff, do they have red and blue? I'm going to ask that. I never understood.
Doesn't that have to do with the veins?
What is the... Yeah, probably. What is the blue and red strands they show on a skeletal chart?
I want to say
I'm
they're
a-
loose close veins, but I could be wrong. Or in other terms, spider veins.
Then, so blue is veins, yeah. Veins carry oxygen, poor blood, but okay. I was just trying to sound smart, but really, I just looked really, really wrong. But I was wrong and I admitted it. I was wrong and I admitted it.
Yes, you
All
take
right.
accountability. Very proud for you taking accountability for your mess up.
So I want to show people something in case you guys want to know. If you guys want to make comments, you can, and I can actually bring them on screen. So for instance, Mel, if you were to make a comment, I could stream your comments up on screen to share it with people. So that's just something my viewers can learn for future lives that I do. If you guys have questions, any comments, anything you want to say before the live ends, in the future during debates, if you have any questions or concerns or thoughts, anything you want to argue, put them on screen and I can share them and we can respond to them and things like that. But Mel, thanks for being a good sport. With a lot of practice. It's been a while since I've been live, so. But thanks for being here, and maybe we can do future lives.
Hey, this is way out of my comfort zone, so you should
I know.
feel very entitled.
I feel I'm appreciated. I know you usually don't share your screen, but this is the way lives are on YouTube, and we all appreciate you being here, so. Maybe we'll see you in future debates.
Yes.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, bye.